Hello, lovely, beautiful, amazing people of this planet and of the interwebs and of YouTube. I'm here to talk about three factors, three planets, three places where you can find, let's say, your pot of gold or your access to the energy of money and abundance, which we all have a right to have, okay? This is a theme that I wanted to touch on right now because Monday, April 19th, we begin Taurus season. And Taurus season, the sign of Taurus, if you're a Taurian, you understand this very well, the sign of Taurus is the most materially focused of all signs because it's an earth sign and it's fixed, it's very physically focused. And when I say material, I don't just mean money, there's many other things, but primarily the energy of Taurus is the energy that allows us to get in touch with this thing we call money, this energy of exchange that we need to understand deeply and to have a good relationship with on this third dimensional, third going on fourth, fifth, plane of existence. Okay, so this is money, is finances, money, my resources, what do I own, what do I have, are themes of Taurus season. Therefore, we're going to talk about it here, and we're going to look at your chart so that I'm going to give you 3 points that you can look at, that you can then say, okay, this is how I relate to money. This is where I can expand things. This is how I can really take advantage of astrological knowledge to understand how to tap into my pot of gold. Okay, first planet that I want to talk about, Venus. Venus usually is associated with love. Wonderful. Of course, it should be associated with love. It rules Libra, but a lot of people also forget that Venus rules a second sign, and that is Taurus. Okay, so Venus rules Taurus and it rules Libra. Therefore, it rules love, relationships, how we relate to other people, partnerships, etc. And it also rules money, beauty, stillness, what I have, my resources, etc. Okay, including my physical home. We're going to focus on this Taurian part of Venus. So when we say one of the planets that you have to look at is Venus, I mean in your birth chart, you have a planet that has a little circle and a cross underneath it, and that planet is Venus. That Venus is in a particular sign, in a particular house in your birth chart. And that is what you have to explore to understand your relationship to finances, the concept of the things and the style and the taste of the things you may gravitate towards for purchases, your attitude towards money, your value, what you value truly, which is where probably you're going to put your money, right? What you truly value. What are those things that you deem important, that you want to have in your life? Okay, and that is the first place to look, also because of course Venus is the planet that, and this is something we're going deep into with the astrological guide in this season in particular, because it's Taurus season, the theme of like net worth, self-worth and net worth are intimately related. And to understand this is to get the edge on how to make more money, how to align with the more magnetic energy of abundance, okay? We're going to work on that in the Astro Coaching. You have Astro Coaching questions in the Astrologica for the new moon. The new moon is going to be Sun in Taurus, Moon in Taurus, and therefore you have Taurus energy concentrated, and it's the perfect time to work on any blockages you may have with regards to money. If you want to make money but you have some limiting beliefs about it, and this critical mass of limiting beliefs is bigger than your desire or your need to make money, you will not make money. This is the reason why you're not attracting, you're not aligning, you're not magnetizing, etc. with this frequency of abundance, and therefore you have to work on this. It's not just looking at my chart and seeing which are the planets, is let's work on the stuff I need to get out of the way so that this energy can flow and align, okay? So Venus is the first one. The second one would be Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet that is the biggest planet in our solar system planet. And Jupiter is also the planet that rules the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign, as you know, it just points to something and it's like, I want to get there. That's the dream. That's the goal. I know I can do it. Sagittarius tends to be a very confident sign, and it tends to be able to say, I want this big. It's like the go big or go home sign, okay? Because of this, Jupiter is the planet of abundance. And so Jupiter being the largest, it asks you to grow and expand. It also shows you what your attitude towards or where your biggest opportunity for growth and expansion are. Okay, so wherever Jupiter is positioned in your chart, that's where you'll have certain luck or opportunity for abundance. And also by sign, you'll be able to see what your energy is that will bring forth that expansion and that growth. Now, here's the thing. This is very, very logical. If you think of it this way, okay? If you expand, grow, augment, go deeper on your knowledge, your skills, your abilities, your talent, etc., then of your experience, then of course, whatever you have to offer the world is going to be of greater value. If that is of greater value, then whatever is going to be coming back to you money-wise as payment for those that knowledge, that talent, those gifts, is going to be greater. The more you expand yourself, the more you grow, the more you just basically expand, right? The more you augment the skills that you have, the talents, make something of the talents and gifts that you have innately, the more that you will be able to charge for those things if you offer those things as services, okay? Or products. So Jupiter is a point of abundance. See where it falls in your chart, see what the sign is, and understand what it offers you in terms of energy of abundance, okay? The third planet that you have to look at is the planet that rules your second house in your chart. There's a video in this channel about fundamentals of astrology. Hey, what's a house? I don't know what that is. What's a planet? What's a sign? That video will tell you, and that video is here in the description. There's also a video about the houses. Your chart, your astrological chart, your birth chart house, different houses, has 12 houses. One of them rules money, and this is the second house. In the natural zodiac, that second house is ruled by Taurus. Therefore, Taurus and money are associated, okay? And again, we're talking about all of this because we're about to step into Taurus season, and this theme of money, finances, fortune, money management, etc., is going to come front and center. And you want to stay ahead of it, and you want to tap into that energy and make the most out of it. That's the point of all these videos. How do I make the most of what's available to me right now and what's available to me innately? That's my birth chart, okay? So the planet that rules the second house in your chart. So as the time and date of your birth takes place, your chart's gonna fall under certain characteristics, and you're gonna have a sign that rules your first house, a different sign that rules your second, blah, 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 and so forth. You wanna look at the sign that rules the second house. For example, let's say your second house is Sagittarius, okay? Then you wanna look at the planet that rules that sign. Right? So Sagittarius is the sign that shows up at the cusp of my second house. It's the one that begins my second house. Therefore, it's the one that rules my second house. I have a whole video on how to determine all this. That's also on this channel. So therefore, that's my sign. I'm going to look at the planet that rules Sagittarius, in this case, Jupiter. And I'm going to then take a look at what's happening with Jupiter in my chart. Okay? Same thing, let's say your second house is, the sign that rules it is, I don't know, Aquarius. Oh, okay. Let's look for Uranus and see where that planet is, what sign it's in, what house it's in, what's it doing, what are the aspects, those lines in between, in the middle, What are those? Are those positive? Are those helping this out? Are other planets supporting this planet, or are they kind of creating tension and limiting it a little bit? Is this planet in a sign that it's comfortable in? You know, the whole thing of astrology dignities is a great thing to study, where you understand that a planet, when it's in a particular sign, it's either going to feel comfortable, great, it's going to be at home if it's in the sign that it rules, it's going to feel not very comfortable if it's in the opposite sign than the one that it rules, etc. There are particular more productive signs that a particular planet is in and less productive. So we call that exaltation, etc. Okay, this is the area of dignities in astrology. If you want to look further into it, maybe I should do a video on it. Let me know if that you would like that. So you take a look at what that planet's doing, right? First, you find your second house, find the sign that rules that second house, find the planet that rules that sign. Seems like a lot of steps. It's not. It'll become automatic once you start doing this. And then look at what that planet is doing, what sign it's in, what house it's in, what aspects are supporting or challenging it. And there you will find also more information about your relationship to money, finances, abundance, how to make this money, how to manage this money, what do you really value and want to spend your money on, etc. Okay, all the characteristics, because I think a lot of times people think of money as just a generation thing in terms of how do I make, how much more can I make? But really, when we come into Taurus season, Taurus is a very conservative sign. It's an earth sign. Earth signs are practical. So Taurus is asking you, okay, yeah, let's make lots of money. How can we keep that money? It makes no sense for you to make $200,000 and send about $100,000 of that to the IRS or to whatever wherever it is that you pay taxes, or you're spending it on something that you have nothing to show for or that you didn't really enjoy. Those are the kind of things that you have to become more conscious of during Taurus season. Taurus season is the season for you to really take a look at this relationship you have with money. And, you know, we always say money is an energy. Of course, it's an energy exchange. Everything is an energy. However, there are many beliefs associated to this energy. And in if you're part of our Astrologica membership, it's only $9.99 a month. I completely recommend it. If you are into astrology and you want to work with the energy of astrology, you want to get astro coaching in, and I'll be, of course, your coach and answering your questions in every season to work on the stuff that really this season is giving you energy for. You're going to work on limiting beliefs. Like I said, if you really desire something, but you have so much blockage that is greater than this desire is never going to have a chance to be able to generate what it needs to generate to attract the abundance or the partnership or whatever it is that you want in your life. So you need to dig out all that stuff, and you got to clean house. You have to clean house of anything that is blocking you from attracting whatever you want to attract. And that's what we do with the astro coaching sessions, the astro coaching pages in the guide, which you have for the full moon and for the new moon. Actually, in this guide, in this Taurus season guide, you'll have something a little bit different. If you're already part of the membership, you know that we do astro coaching questions for both of these, the new moon and the full moon. But for the new moon, which is going to be sun in Taurus and moon in Taurus, we're going to be working on the most important core thing, the thing beneath the thing. People think money is about, oh God, I got to identify what my passion is and what that job is and, you know, what career thing is and go for it and, you know, not be lazy and whatever. No. There's something underneath that is very Taurus season. Self-worth, net worth. Okay. That's a hint. That we're going to use a tool that I used with my 12-week coaching program coachees, clients, that I created myself, that's very effective for you to understand this core thing that you need to generate abundance in your life. And not just from a place of, hey, I want that because so-and-so has that. From a place of, what do you want, really? What's important to you? It's fascinating stuff. We all think, sometimes we're like, the Joneses, or the Kardashians, keeping up, or whatever. And then you get that thing, and you're like, doesn't really satisfy me. Taurus season is about stuff. It's about things. It's about tangible things, right? But beneath that, because of the construct and the way that this works, There's always an energy behind that. There's always something underneath the thing, the stuff. That's what we're going to work on. Okay, so I welcome you to sign up, all the links for that. And, again, I said it's $9.99 a month, $9.99 a month, okay, for the price of less than a lunch, unless you go to McDonald's. You can have all the information that I'm talking about here for the season. There's about 30 pages of information, plus additional sacred wisdom, tools that are beyond astrology. And in fact, one of them is in particular very important for this season, the season of the bull, the Taurian season. This year, there's something in a different zodiac that is making a connection to the Taurus season, and that is supporting and accentuating and concentrating and, let's say, encouraging all this stuff that Taurus season is about. And you need to know what that is so that you can take advantage of it. Okay, so I invite you to join us. And I invite you to look at your birth chart and those 3 planets that I talked about, so you can really understand your own relationship, your own attitude, your own values with regards to money during the season that focuses on money. Whether you're conscious of it or not, you're going to be thinking about this stuff in Taurus season. It's going to be all around you. You might as well make it conscious and take advantage of it and do something with it to get to the level financially that you know that you can get to, that you know that you deserve, and that will make you super, super happy, secure, etc. Okay, you can always email me and we can look at your chart together, and I can do an astro coaching birth chart reading. You can email me, maril@marilsalispas.com. All that information again is down in the description. Okay, for now, look at that in your chart, Venus, Jupiter, and the planet that rules your second house. Study it. There's plenty of places for you to look at this information. If you want me to do a video about the planets in the signs and all that, you can ask me for it and I'll be happy to do it. And I will see you in the next video, or in the platform if you become a member of the Astrologica membership. Okay? Many, many blessings and all the best, because that is what you deserve.